This is the Gwathorns Games completionist run of Lotro, and I've switched my hunter temporarily to a blue speck. I'm going to do this Goblin Valley and one round of Minas Eriol on a blue speck just to make things different for a bit. So I'm using Barrage a lot. But to do the big collection of quests that you can fulfill in this valley, I'm going for the goblin food barrels first. I'm leaving the prisoner there in that village alone for a little while so that I can take out everything in the next village where he's going to lead me. Now I release him. I've done all the food barrels and there's no point in going any further ahead on the path that he will lead me because it'll respawn by the time he gets there. But I just take things out in front of him. I've also handed him his pendant, which we found some time ago. And as soon as I found Luz, the boss, and there he is, that's Luz, all the specific quests are done and all the rest of it is just numbers of goblins and wargs as I follow him the rest of the way out. I always give first priority to taking out the bomb throwers. But I've nearly done the warg quest. So I just follow him, clear his path, and that's been done, and I need one more warg. I'm not trying to fulfill the wolf quest in this valley. There's far more of them in Minas Eriol, but I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I achieved in just a few minutes, even real time. Once I've gotten all those quests off my list, I'll have room for the rest of them here in the Forsaken Inn. The rest of the Minas Eriol quests, that's the ruins to the south. Kandak. And two of these quest givers have repeatables. That's why they've still got rings over their heads, because I didn't take the repeatables a second time. Now, before going up to Minas Eriol, I just had a look round for some boars or crabane for the quests for the guy outside the door of the inn. But now I'm heading up. Now, I saw another player there briefly. Normally I stop and go somewhere else when I see another player, apparently competing, but he didn't follow me up this way. So I've got the place to myself. And is the goblin area, the low-level goblin area. There's a section further on with all elite goblins. But I don't need to go there until I've gotten the quest to take out their boss. The main thing I'm getting here is trade bundles. But I am going to cross the bridge as soon as I've got them all. Seven of 10, 8, 9, and the rest will be up steps. There we go. That's that. Now I've just got to find my way past these lobbers, etc., and go over where the ancient pottery And other things are, I tried to jump over the areas that are on fire. Didn't work though. I've got enough wargs, so I only want wolves in the way of canine opponents. The rest of it is finding the rubble and the pottery shards. Oh, and the wolves. And there's tons of stealthed wolves in this little area. Here's one. Just getting the warg out of the way. And there's another silent yellowfang. And that's one of the rubble finding quests done. I've just got to look around me whenever I get that little shimmer over my head that says I've heard something hidden. But you see there's plenty of them. One more warg. And that's it. I got everything. So handing in the other repeatable quest. And I've shrunk the list down considerably. I've got hunting quests left. Boars, Crebain, and going on and finding more orcs. Now they're right up north of here, back near Candaith. So what I'm going to do is travel right around Weathertop, looking for the things I'm hunting, not being in too much of a hurry. There are hunting quests for lynxes, but I don't have those yet. But I just ride over beyond Weathertop and just find my way around the back. Now, I soon found enough Crebain for that quest. That leaves the boars and the orcs. I have to keep on gaining ground to get over towards Candaith. Gaining height, I mean. Where are the pigs? Too many Crebain, I didn't need those. There's another one, and that didn't yield. Nor did that one. Right, there's first of the 4 orc shields I need. Nope, still no yield. Second of the orcs. See, I managed to get 3 of them from near Candaith, and the last one was one of the elite messengers. But still want boars. Oh, that one yielded, and there was one more to get, and I decided to get that from outside the pub. So I handed in the other hunting quests and came over here where I knew there'll be some. There we go. Still no yield. Started going up the path to find them. Right, at last. Hidden wolf jumps me, but now I've got everything and I'm riding back, and I think this is the last of all the quests from Forsaken Inn. He's got his repeatable, but he's also got 2 vector quests. The epic one sending me to Radagast at Oscuroth, but also the one to his cousin, Hanulf Months. So I mithrilled to him, and he has many quests, largely in 2 waves. But I've got the quest now to take out the goblin boss, and it's right in the corner of Minas Eriol. But mostly the quests are now for the elite spiders, which are in the valleys between the goblin bridges and so on. So I decided to just run like mad until I get to one end of the spider valleys and just take out whatever chased me. Well, there's the first of the small spiders. They don't count for the quest. They're just in the way of the treasures and the corpses. There's 3 quests to be done in these valleys. Right, I'm just removing the small spiders that are in the way. Right. The way I came in, so far as I know, is the only walkable way to get out of these valleys. But I'll be teleporting out when I get to the far end of the spider valleys. I've picked up all these treasures. Of course, with this many elites, I can't use Heartseeker on all of them because of the cooldown. Basically, I have to use whatever's not on cooldown for each one. Just use a Heartseeker occasionally. But you manage to get all the spider eyes well before you've collected all the treasures and corpses. I'm back on red spec now, back to normal. I switched before starting to come down these valleys because I knew I was going to want Heartseeker at least part of the time. Right, just the spiders in the way now. I have cure poison a couple of times. Last 2 treasures and there's 1 more corpse. And 1 more spider. Okay, got them. Mithril back to hand them in. And now I've got room for Hanulf's second wave of quests, which is the half-orc ruin across the main road to the north. I haven't done the links quests yet, but what I'm doing now is heading up to the Lawnspan Bridge because that's where the second treasure is for the Bingo Boffin sequence. So I milestoned back to hand that in. Talk to the treasure seeker and Bingo himself. And there's just a little bit more to do here. It's coloured purple, this quest. I wouldn't be taking on purple creatures, but this is a non-combat quest, so I may as well do it while I'm here at the Forsaken Inn. 2 things to carry inside to the storeroom downstairs. So that's done that bit, and the next clue, when I warm the parchment, it says the quest name at the end, which is, I'm pretty sure that's pointing to the last bridge, but I'm going to do that when I'm doing Ostguruth. But the main thing left now in sort of central Lonelands is that cave and other quests given by the dwarf outside it. I'm still taking out lynxes, but I've tagged that banner. So I come back here, convenient shopkeeper in the middle of the wilds here. But I'm doing everything except what's inside the cave. Again, the list is approaching the limit of 10, so I decided to come here first and get rid of that bunch of quests. Now, if you go right here, instead of going straight up to the main ruin, you find enough of these ancient artifacts so that you don't have to go too deep into the main ruin, where most of the half-orcs are. There's plenty of these ancient artifacts spread about in this zone. It means that I only have to go far enough into the main ruin up higher to get the boss and his 4 minions. Hortimaz, whatever his name is. Cool. I've got enough half-orcs, so I don't have to take on ones that I don't need to. Just ones that are in the way of getting... Well, that's all the ancient artifacts. Now it's crates. The only thing left besides the bosses. Yep, you're in the way. And they're yellow. You notice, look at the bottom of the screen, that I am gaining experience now. I decided to let myself go up to level 25 because I'm fighting creatures slightly above my level at the moment. And all the quests are white. Half-orc boss, he can't get at you. He'll run a long way around if you let him. But that's the rest of the crates. Now, I planned to use Burn Hot and Heartseeker on the boss, and then Rain of Arrows and Low Cut on the minions. But I didn't even need the Low Cut. Doing plenty of damage there. Right, that's about it for 1.5 months. I'm still hunting. So I'm sort of heading back towards the dwarf cave while taking out lynxes along the way. And hunting for some of them. Right. Almost there. There's actually 2 quests for lynxes, so I just achieved those simultaneously. I decided to go back and hand that in. I still don't have the Stature of a Maiden, which is a very low drop rate across this whole western region. It's really a matter of luck whether you get that without too much bother. Sorting out the inventory because I'm acquiring now the next level up of potions, power potions and healing potions. Okay, now I came briefly to Ostguruth. I'm not going to start any quests here because I need to go to the North Downs first to do things in level order. But I just handed in another item, and John, over near the milestone, has a bunch of vector quests, which are easy to get out of the way. This one goes on to Oatbarton, and I also handed in the epic quest to Radagast. Advanced that a little, but not doing it yet. You know, I've got 3 different places to go to achieve the vector quests. Milestoned back here for the next 2, but one of those is now that Oatbarton. So I'm now in Evendim region for the first time. And I use that vector to tag the stable for when I want to come back for real. So after a rest from creating, I had the milestone back off cooldown. So I'm coming back to this region this time to go for the elite goblin boss. I knew I'd have to ride through here and take out those that followed me. Now trying to find the way, and I could see that there's no easy way going directly west. I was going to have to go across a couple of bridges. Now, again, trying to dodge the flames, and without success on the second one. But this was the quickest way to get over this rickety bridge to the highest zone. And as you see, all the goblins here are elite. One fire thrower. I had to find my way amongst the fencing here. Now there are actually 2 goblin bosses in here. This first one is not the one I came for. It's just a wandering boss. And after the fire thrower, I just went at long range, Heartseeker on the boss I did need, and that's that done. So I'm now way down in the corner, and I've come back. Oh, I did have one more thing for Hunulf, but it was somebody else here. Yeah, this guy that sent me to take out the goblin boss. So that's done. And now this kind of leaves just the cave, but on the way to it, I'm going to go through this goblin fort because I must get the overseer's medallion for the dwarf outside the cave. You know, they tend to see me and run right around, so I just waited for them. By going to these places, I'm also achieving an explorer deed. Right, the same as before, going past the line of defenders with my long range. And just Heartseeker the overseer, brought his medallion down here. Now there's just inside the cave. Now there's 3 more quests to pick up just inside here. You know, I've got to go around the circuit that's within here twice. First time for ordinary creatures, the second time for bosses. Now, if you go right, you go through the dwarves, but I've gone left to go through the orcs first. It's just a matter of taking out enough of them along the way. They're the ones that are holding dwarven weapons. But a lot of the dwarves with orcish weapons I already got up in the Overseer's ruin. Now the boss orc is right below me there, but I don't need it yet. But the boss dwarf Angar there is in the way, so I have to take him now and wait for him to respawn on my second go round. But there is still one other dwarf quest not fulfilled yet, so that's happening now as I find my way back out. I want to grab the quests for the bosses and then come back the way I just came, because that region will not have respawned yet and I don't need to take out any more ordinary dwarves. That orc moved out of the way, and see, this is clear, but the boss hasn't respawned yet, so I took the orc boss first. The usual Heartseeker on him, with Burn Hot. And now I had to wait. I could have gone back through the orcish area and come right around, but waiting for him was the quickest. And that's this place finished. And in the boss quests. And now I have a warg quest, which can wait till I'm doing Ostguruth, and affect a quest to Ostguruth, and I'm turning them off because now's the time, in terms of quest levels, to leave the Lonelands and go to the North Downs and do the Western North Downs quests. The quickest way was my hunter teleport to Thorin's Gate, because there's a mission stable, takes you straight to Trestlebridge. And this is where we begin, the North Downs region. The epic will send us here at level 30, but all this on the western side is lower level than that. So I'm going to do this as far as the middle of the North Downs map and then go to Ostguruth. Esteldine and parts east will come after that. Now you find all the black powder that was used to burn these buildings down. The guy who was on watch insists it wasn't his fault and the orcs had the powder, and you've got to go out and prove that. So there's 3 little orc camps, and each one has a barrel of tools. Oh, there's this emergent quest for Crebain. And there's a cauldron for you to activate, and you've got to set fire to the stockpiles of black powder, which obviously came from Saruman, who in this world is the inventor of gunpowder. But that's the first village. More Crebain along the way. Rain of arrows attracted 3 of them at once. Now, I always leave the torch till last because you've got to run away and not get caught in that explosion. And this is the last camp. I took out all the orcs first, and there's another crow. Tools, cauldron, torch, and get out of there. Couple more Crebain, and that's it. Now, I was close enough to Trestlebridge to just ride back. I'm just going to hand things in here and ride up to the next quest giver, and then I'll call it a day. Right, talk to the policeman who says, yes, you can let that guy out of the stocks. It wasn't his fault that we got buildings burnt down. Now we have one quest sending me further on to the next quest giver. What's her name? Matty Woodruff. And that will do for today. See you next time.